Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of DK versus Mouse. Mouse fighting for their playoff lives. They did take game 1, and man, it was a very convincing game 1 win for mousesports. They need one more game to close out the series. DK hoping to push it to a third game. Off the bat, we see identical bans for both teams. Mousesports immediately banning the anti-mage, really showing respect to Burning, and also, I mean, whenever you see DK get that anti-mage, it seems like no matter what happens, Burning gets big in a hurry. I am LD of dotacommentaries.com. Joining me today is godz. godz, that game 1 was just an absolute treat for me, and I hope we see more of it, but what are you expecting to see in game 2?
Well, as far as mousesports are concerned, they're going to be looking for something much of the same. They want to be aggressive. They want to throw DK on pretty much catch him by surprise. I mean, they're going with the same bans. The anti-mates, the CK, the Naga Siren, 3 heroes, which you'd likely see Burning playing as a farming hero. This time, though, DK have the first pick. They leave themselves a Nature's Prophet, so there we go. There's a hero which can farm towards the late game, can give them some strong lanes, and wow. Mousesports, they don't mess around. They have complete and utter faith in Bamboo's Templar Assassin.
I mean, after game 1, who wouldn't? Now, one thing I will say, whenever DK get the hard carry, they get an anti-mage, Burning gets big. It's almost inevitable, but it's not him that's, it's not like Burning is just farming against 5 heroes, ganking him. He gets that great setup from the supports, and especially from the semi-carries, the, super on that Windrunner many times, and the Prophet as well. I mean, this is a hero that can stall the game out for a long time, and I feel like if they want to get the hard carry for Burning, there's not a better hero in the pool to help that anti-mage have the space farm. It doesn't have to be an anti-mage, could be a Morphling, could be a couple of other heroes, but, I mean, this opens that door for DK to go with the hard carry if they want to do so. And it's a great hero to prolong the game, which is really what Burning would like. So, I mean, mousesports, they have that confidence, they have the aggressive 1-2 punch. But we'll have to see where DK go from here. Rubik and Venomancer. Oh, it's feeling like a hard carry to me is one of those last 2 picks.
DK yesterday against MUFC, I think they picked Rubik in like most of those 3, at least 2 of those 3 games. They were picking it very early in the draft, and Venomancer likely to be a support. Rubik, I mean, we saw last game Sing Sing playing him as a support, but he also fits into that solo mid role, so we'll see what happens with him this game round. And I have to agree, they are setting up for a hard carry, but they don't have to go all out with something like a Morphling or some kind of hard right clicker. They could go something more sort of semi-carry oriented. I mean, Prophet on his own does some nice DPS. I think the game they did manage to win against MUFC, they had a Prophet as well as a Windrunner, and the 2 sort of semi-carries just managed to give them enough DPS. They're going to need some kiting and right-click DPS from afar against a Lone Druid Templar Assassin, and Windrunner's a hero that does well against Templar Assassin because of the Windrun skill. You can dodge those attacks and just maneuver around, line up a Shackle Shot to disable her. I feel like it's a very useful hero to have, and kind of surprised they go for the Rubik and Veno instead of a hero like a Windrunner. Super is known for his Windrunner, but they decided not to go for that one this time around.
Well, I gotta say, DK's lineup, there's 2 things they're really strong at. One is anti-push, because you have the Prophet, the Treants, the Wrath of Nature. We all know about how he can anti-push. Venomancer as well with the Plague Wards. And finally, Rubik, probably one of the best anti-pushers in the game if he gets early levels, because Fade Bolt not only does a lot of damage and is very spammable, but also reduces the damage of every creep and hero it hits for a fairly long time. So I feel like DK, although these heroes can be played aggressively, I feel this is a very defensively oriented lineup. Also, if you ever want to tower dive, Telekinesis as well as Venomous Gale, great spells to have, plus Prophet can TP in and punish that aggression. So I like DK's chances here if they're able to, not feed too much early, because once that mid-game hits, these heroes are going to stop the pushes, they're going to make tower diving dangerous. So for DK, I think that's why I think they're going for a carry, because these heroes can really set that carry up.
Yeah, I just want to, their preferred carries have been taken out in mousesports. I mean, they've obviously heard the stories about Burning's anti-mage, probably seen a bit of it themselves, and just deciding they do not want to let through the pool. And I mean, they're limiting what DK can go for as a carry. They do decide to ban at the Chen later on. Heroes like Morphling are still, of course, probably as the most conventional carry choice left in the pool. Still plenty of other options. We can see Broodmother being banned up by DK now as well, just trying to limit the options for mousesports that can apply a lot of pressure. And it's going to be mousesports who are going to pick up some range supports here for the most part. I mean, they've already got at least 2 of their farming heroes. Sankin can be a support or can be that other farming hero or solo hero if they put Lone Druid in the offlane again.
Where does Mouse go from here? I mean, you mentioned they need support heroes. I'm curious which supports it's going to be. I mean, Lone Druid, Templar Assassin, pretty strong in lane, especially 1v1. I think it will be a farming Sand King. I feel like he needs to get some farm early. It could be a support, but to me, whenever mousesports run a Sand King, I mean, it doesn't have to be Black who's handling it necessarily, but if that Sand King gets some early items, it seems like a hero that mousesports tend to rely on. It's not, it's not a follow-up stun for them. It's a big hero to have. Also, I just want to mention Enigma's in the pool, and that's a hero we could easily see mousesports go for now. Gives them a jungler. Oh, yeah. They have 3 heroes that can farm, and then they just need a support. No, a Wisp. Oh, this is very interesting. I like this, though. You're up against the Prophet, and I personally feel like Wisp is one of the best ways to deal with Prophet. When he's split pushing, you gank him out with that ult.
Imagine Wisp plus Templar Assassin. I feel like this combo is kind of scary. I mean, people talk about Wisp CK, but I mean, just I mean, not Sand King as well in the landing stage. But come mid game, you can basically take Templar Assassin anywhere on the map. As soon as Templar Assassin has the maxed out refraction meld, heroes like Prophet, Shadow Shaman are just going to melt. This is not going to be a very friendly game for DK. They pick up the Dragon Knight, and that is something I feel when they, back in the Gigabyte Dota 2 Masters, when they were winning some games and proving to be one of the sort of strong Chinese Dota 2 teams, they had a lot of success with this hero. So I'm glad that they're going to pull it out here again. I think it's a hero that they do play well with. And some of their drafts with the Brewmaster have not gone so well. Apparently, according to our stats, they're now 0-4 with Brewmaster. So they've steered clear of that one.
Yeah, I believe Burning's played it every game. And to me, it's like Burning is so good at farming. It's really, I mean, everybody knows Burning's good at farming, right? But to me, it's really what makes him unique as a player. He's just amazing at farming. But Panda just doesn't benefit from it as much as other heroes. So, I mean, personally, I feel like Burning's better off in a hero that can scale harder. Look at Mouse, a bit of a global strat from them. The Wisp, I mean, that's 2 heroes that can show up anywhere, Wisp plus a buddy, and then Tinker on top of it. I will say, if it ever comes down to sort of that mid-game push for DK, they have a lot of stuff to throw at you. The Plague Wards, the Shadow Shaman Wards, it will be a support Shadow Shaman, by the way. Prophet as well with the Trance, and the DK, who cannot be underestimated as a pusher. I'll introduce DK, you can introduce Mouse. So real quickly, we have Burning, will be a farming DK, he's headed down to the safe lane. Looks like Super will be laning with him as well. Actually, maybe 200 gold in the bank. Probably saving for Sentry Wards in case he needs to deward that camp. Long DD on the Prophet. Looks to be jungling, maybe. Actually, he might go off lane, not sure. RTK on that Rubik. And he's got a smoke picked up already. And Zippo with a pair of Observer Wards picked up early as well. He'll be playing that support Shadow Shaman.
Yep, and over on the Dire side, mousesports, the European fan favorites, we have got Black once again playing that off-lane lone druid. I imagine that's something DK are expecting by now. Mid lane, you've got Bamboo playing the Templar Assassin, same as last game, those 2 players. Top lane, though, that's where things are slightly different here. Sing Sing playing the support with, so Sing Sing, second game in a row, is playing the support. We've got Zar, instead of on the Earthshaker, he's on the Sand King this time around, and Come With Me, playing on the Tinker in that safe lane. So similar roles, different heroes for their safe lane, which is going to be a Wisp plus Tinker combo, at least for now. I imagine Wisp Sand King going to be looking to do some roaming around, getting some early kills for his team. And they do need to get farm. Wisp is a hero that you want to get at least some items and levels on to try and get that ultimate as soon as possible, as well as just having an urn, having a Tranquil Boots, getting up those heals that you can use when tethered to provide the additional heals to your team.
Yeah, she needs less farm than a hero like, say, Rubik, who, I mean, really wants to get to level 11 before, and ideally 16. Wisp, I feel like once she hits 7, she's pretty much good to go. Sure, you'd like to max Tether, you'd like to max Overcharge, but getting the Spirits maxed out and getting the level 1 ultimate is great. Extra points of the ult help you out because the cooldown goes down significantly, but she can really start to make her presence felt at that point. Middle lane, it's going to be Super versus Bamboo. And I have to say, Venomancer is one of the heroes that can give Templar Assassin a lot of problem. 2 damage over time abilities, Venomous Scale, as well as Poison Sting, which hit hard and will make Refraction very difficult to use. Plus, Super's got not the best attack range, but you can kite that Templar Assassin. And it's hard for her to trade blows. Once the Venomancer gets leveled up, this lane could be difficult. Also, you can get Plague Wards, another damage source to remove those Refraction charges, and keep the lane pushed out. This is a matchup that if anybody can beat Templar Assassin 1v1, it might be that Venomancer.
Yeah, I think this is something that DK lined up. And man, I remember back in the old days, Dota 1 about a year or 2 ago, solo mid Venomance was a popular strategy that a lot of teams used. They'd get 1 in the Gale, 1 in the Poison Stings, and just max up the Plague Wards and just keep that lane control up. Against a Templar Assassin, you could almost justify going for a couple in Gale, a couple in Poison Sting, and really keeping him away. But this is a nice little counter at mid lane, and Bamboo is not going to have a very fun time against this Venomancer. He may even need some ganks to come in from the Wisp or the Sand King fairly early on with the smoke. although currently they don't have anything along those lines. So Venomancer should have a pretty good time. He's picked up early boots now, and we'll be looking to control this lane.
Interesting choice. I mean, often we'll see a solo mid Venomancer to get the quick bottle, especially if you want to spam wards, as well as Venomous Gale, or something to give you regen, maybe Arena Basilius. But it shows you that Super wants to be aggressive and completely zone Bamboe out of the lane. If Bamboe's going to stay there, he's going to have to be in meld. Sing Sing finds his way towards the double damage rune, and he picks it up. He wants to go on Super. It's only a level 1 whiff. Can try and make Bamboe faster. It won't be enough. Actually, 3 heroes rotate mid, and the Sand King. I feel like Mouse have to be very careful not to overcommit to this middle lane. They really need levels on these supports. We talked about Wisp's need for levels. Zar needs them too on the Sand King. You need that Burrow Strike leveled up. You need the Epicenter ASAP. That push is coming, and you. Oh, the Courier dies. Man. Where did that happen?
It happened at mid lane. Bamboo is absolutely screwed now. He was bottle crowing. That's the thing. What just happened there is Bamboo, they were trying to guard the rune so Bamboo can... The only way he can survive this mid lane is with his bottle, so they're trying to guard runes for him. When he didn't get that rune because of the Veno, he tried to bottle crow and Prophet sniped it. Prophet... He no longer has a bottle.
Is it a walking...
His bottle was going back to base.
Is it a walking Courier, or was it actually upgraded? Okay, Gale onto Bamboe. He doesn't have a point in meld. Bamboe's gonna die here. No points in meld. Refraction on cooldown. Oh, that's a big mistake. You have to take one. First blood for Super. And the Courier snipe. Massive gold lead already for DK. I said it before I even looked at the graph. Already over 1k. They're winning middle lane. Burning's farming well down bottom. Prophet gets a bunch of gold from that Courier kill. And he's level 3. mousesports definitely have that mid-game potential, but it's not a great start for them. Definitely not what we saw last game.
Yeah, and Bamboo at the mid lane is not going to be having a very fun time now.
Oh, the Courier!
What? I was about to say.
Oh, I was about to say,
that can't
health.
be a Dire Courier.
6 health!
It was coming from the Dire side of the map. I'm like, wait, Dire Courier is dead. What is that doing? And that's the Arcane Boots up on Super. That's why he got the boots straight up, because he was going to rush the Arcane Boots, and those come very, very fast. And Bamboo is in all sorts of trouble this mid lane. Super can just spam the Gales, just be super aggressive, use the Plague Wards whenever possible, and mousesports need to create some space in the other lanes, or at least start winning some of the other lanes, which is going to come at top. They're going for an early push here. Come with me, he's got 3 in the March of the Machines. He's going to try to start putting some pressure onto this T1 tower, but Prophet pulls away the creep wave using those treants.
Well, there's another wave coming in. Still, there's not any burst damage for the tower. They can mow down these creep waves, but there's no edict or pug another blast or anything like that to be able to instantly bring it down. Super has actually decided to go back for Plague Wards, and I'll actually, you know, as powerful as the Venomous Scale and the Poison Stick can be for that 1v1, for ganking, I feel like DK's true strength is their push. So I like this decision, not overcommitting at all to the Poison Sting, going back for what's really going to make the difference here, knocking down those early outer towers, limiting the space to farm. One lane we have barely talked about at all is bottom lane. Black really not getting much farm. Only boots up on the hero. Telekinesis start, pulls him back in. Chapel to follow. Look at the burst damage as well as the lockdown. DK get a kill. Compare this to the Prophet, where the Prophet has just been unkillable because he sits so far back. Just sends the Treants in, the hero position back at the tier 2, and still getting some farm and levels. Black dying. I mean, last time around he had phase boots and regular boots around this point, because this is right about when he got that huge double kill in the long chase from top lane over to mid. Not going to get that kind of start this time around. It's all going to come down to Come With Me and Sing Sing for me. Once Sing Sing gets that ultimate and Come With Me the boots of travel, they're going to have to create some space, because right now it's mousesports fully on the back foot.
Come With Me is farming really well. He's almost got his boots of travel. He's got 2. I mean, he's just going pure rockets as well as March and the Machine, so he's going to be looking to spam that up as much as possible. He's only level 5 though, so he doesn't even have the rearm. That's the thing with this trial. He's a bit under level, but if they can get the towers and gold for the team, they aren't getting gold even for Bamboo in the mid lane, not to mention the Black at the bottom lane if they're getting these towers. So they're going to be very aggressive, creep skipping at top lane, and this tier 2 tower now under siege.
Here comes Super, and he's got Poison Nova already picked up. Bottom tower goes down. Shadow Shaman only level 3. I don't know why I was thinking about wards. Super comes in, and this is these early wards lets you keep that tower alive. If they actually commit to this push and he drops Poison Nova, hits a Gale, these heroes will just die. I mean, Sing Sing's got 587 health. 1 or 2 auto attacks is all they'll need to get that kill. Come With Me as well. mousesports probably should just look to pull this lane back. They still need levels. Sing Sing has to get to 6 as soon as possible. Actually, both team supports are really... last game we saw everybody getting super fast leveled, especially mousesports. But this time around, Lone Druid level 3, RTK level 2. I mean, even Zippo only 3. All these supports, they need levels, and so far they're not really getting them.
Yeah, I mean, they are some level-dependent heroes, and they're not really up to par for the moment. And we are going to see, I mean, all of DK just getting some of that tower gold. I mean, Zippo's almost got some arcane boots of his own on the Shadow Shaman. And he's only level 4 himself, but he's looking all right here. And they have managed to really keep Black shut down. He's only level 3. He hasn't managed to pull too many creeps. Venno and Rubik have actually swung mid lane now. So Rubik with a bit of backup, well, bit of backup for the Venno. But Venno, look at this farm. He's almost got he's got like half of a mech as well as the arcane boots. We're just 7 minutes into the game. He's going to have a really fast mech. He's got dust as well. They're looking for a kill on Bamboo. He needs to be very, very careful.
Oh, sorry, who did you say almost had the mech?
Venomancer at mid lane, and he's got dust. He's got dust as well, looking for a kill on Bamboo with the help of Rubik.
He's just about to got the buckler up. In fact, there might be something occur. Yeah, he's not too far off. He's still a little bit of ways to go. But what can Bamboo do in this lane? He can't really stop the ward push. You cannot splash onto those wards with the side blades, and it also removes the refraction. So he's got to sit far back. I feel like this matchup is DK pick the Venomancer to counter that Templar Assassin lane. It's worked out beautifully. Still, mousesports trying to pressure this top lane. If they can get the tower down, it frees up so much space for Come With Me to farm and just can be very aggressive up here, look for kills, look for pushes, and the boots of travel flying in. This time the Courier will not die, at least not before delivering the boots of travel. Come With Me can go regen up. Sing Sing level 4, still looking for that ultimate. Burning has been left entirely unattended on the bottom lane. He has the dragon form, he's got a max breath, fire breath. If anybody comes to gank, they could probably get a kill here. But for the moment, I mean, these supports are just spending so much time roaming. ROTK, it's been 2 minutes, he's gotten maybe a half level. That's it. Shadow Shaman, where are the wards? He's only 4 still. I think for both teams, they're really better off just doing some creep pulls at this point.
Yeah, both team supports are really under level. This is a big change from one of the games between mousesports and MUFC, where it was like 10 minutes in and every hero in the game was level 6 or level 7 in the supports.
Oh, he's got an Invis Rune. He's going to be fine.
Oh, he knows what's coming at top. Long DD going to get the hell out of there. TP in from Tinker as well. We will see ROTK backing things off, but I mean, elsewhere, DK, their strategy was just win 2 lanes. We can lose 1 lane as long as we win the other 2, and they've won the other 2 convincingly. Venomancer dominating mid lane, and DK free farm away at bottom. They're in a great position. Star at top almost goes down to the Prophet ultimate with a bit of Rubik fade bolt spam, so that was really close for him. And I have to say, DK, they're managing to hold this top lane well enough.
We see Zar actually uses the salve on himself. That's where you really, that maybe the stand-in factor is affecting them, because really, you should tether to Sing Sing, and Sing Sing should use the salve. That way you both get the heal. It's not a big deal, but just one of these little things that when the players play more together, they'll probably be more likely to have that good teamwork. So mousesports rotating towards mid. Again, just the constant roaming. Sand King, boots picked up. Could go for arcane boots, has them relatively soon. A long ways off if he wants a blink dagger. Burning he's just parked himself past the river at this bottom lane. There's no lane ward or anything like that. There is a ward watching any movement through the river. And look at the aggression from Super. Gale onto Zar. This army of wards. I mean, he's got it on lockdown. Another hero that's just parked in his lane. It means that the jungle is free for long DD to farm. Someone can farm that top lane. DK, they're back to farming now, and this is what mousesports need to be doing as well.
Regeneration.
Yeah, we'll see where DK wants to go with this item build. There's a Drum of Endurance, the Pipe, if he wants to go for this utility and into a mid-game push, or if he wants to just go for the more sort of stable build, which is just straight into that BKB. We'll see what they want to do. If they want to go push, they're up against the Marching Machine, which is now maxed out, so it's going to be hard to go for a straight-up brute force 5-man push, but there's definitely options just to go for that split push with the DK, Prophet, Venno, Shadow Shaman, Serpent ones are there as well. That's something which don't get affected by the Tinker in defense. So they've got their options, they've got the possibilities, and I mean, for me, the big thing is they've shut down Templar Assassin, which they didn't do last game.
I think at this point, Bambo was just getting started on his mega kill streak, but yeah, this time around, only phase boot picked up for him. And the constant ward spam, it's just Bambo, last time around he's diving towers, he's aggressively going for kills. This time around, he can't even go to check a rune because the lane's constantly pushed in his against him. And, maybe you even look to rotate someone else mid, maybe the Tinker, just let him spam March here and send Bambo somewhere else. Try and get some kills going. RTK is an option. You could even look to gank off Burning. And in the pregame, I was actually going to mention this, but we never, just sort of slipped my mind. Templar does pretty well against DK with that minus armor. Oh, here we go, middle lane. Shackle after the Gale. A lot of damage flying through. Bambo melts. The dust is available. ROTK comes fully prepared. They get the kill. Shadow Shaman gets the wards, and now the push commences. Middle tower going to take a fall. Burning continuing to pressure that middle lane. They might even rotate down, go for it. Black has been farming Ancient. Somehow Black has found his way to 2 pairs of boots and 1,000 gold. I mean, considering what he had about 5 minutes ago, it's not bad farm, but I feel it's not enough. They've got to find a way to get Bamboe involved in the fights. And I don't know if he can do it mid. Maybe you send someone else there, but right now it's just there's no contribution from him. He just can't deal with the Venomancer's push.
Well, it's just such a strong early game lineup. Sing Sing's now level 6, so maybe he has to be the one that teams up with Bamboo and to set up those kills. Bamboo's actually picked up a smoke of deceit, so he really wants to be able to move around this map a bit better. So I feel for me, it's the Wiz TA who just have to stick together as well. I mean, with Sanking as well, he needs to be with them. Sanking's got some arcane boots and actually getting farm at this top lane. So they're deciding, let's give Sanking some farm and levels as well as some items to deal some damage later on. Try to get up the epicenter, the level 4 burrow, and potentially a blink dagger. Bottom lane though, Black is in range form. That actually maybe just saved his life because it makes him faster. If it was in melee form, he may have got caught out there. The bad news is they're going to push it anyways, even without getting that kill.
The only anti-push they have, like you said, is that March of Machines. There's nothing else. Oh, Rubik actually goes down. Huge fight breaking out because Sing Sing joined the party with his ultimate. Zar goes into Invis. Good fight for mousesports, and they're not done yet. Zippo has already used the ward's still cooling down, so he doesn't have them. Bamboe gets a kill. This is looking really good right now for mousesports. Super tanking it up. He gets entangled. He will take the fall as well. And Long DD, the lone survivor. 4 kills already. Look how fast ROTK responds. Only being level 5. Triple kill for the Templar Assassin. I mean,
what? Do you know, I think what they just did, Epicenter from top lane, and Wisp relocated him into the middle of the fight as Epicenter it finished casting. I'm pretty sure that's what Sing Sing and Zar did that fight, and that was, if that's what actually what happened. I mean, I just suddenly saw Sanking in the middle with Epicenter. I'm like, what on earth just happened? I don't know if you caught that. I'm pretty sure Wisp took him into the middle of the fight, though, with relocate.
I'm not sure who he took, but you must be right, because he didn't walk up in Epicenter. We would have seen that coming, so that must have been it. And, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, whenever Wisp uses their ultimate, combo. There is a little notification that goes off on the mini-map, but you only have about 2 seconds to react. And sometimes if they cut off your path of retreat, it's not a whole lot you can do. Yeah, this is an amazing combination. Channel Epicenter, you don't even need a Blink Dagger, then Wisp relocates, and DK are going to have to pay more attention to that mini-map. But with the Epicenter down, DK can resume the push. And I'm not sure if they can stop it without the Epi. That was the game, that was the fight deciding thing there. Sure, Bamboe gets a triple, but the bulk of the damage came off the back of Sar.
Yeah, and also Sar as well as the Tinker, I feel. Tinker, I mean, the Rockets at this point in the game, I mean, they've got a mech, but that's all they have got to stay alive. Mid lane, though, Come With Me gets caught out. Telekinesis in. Venomancer even pops the ultimate for this kill, and Come With Me should die to all the poison damage over the time, as we will see Venomancer super taking a lot of damage. He pops a mech, keeps himself alive. And they do get 2 kills on Sanking as well as Tinker. Bamboo on the run with a haste rune, but he's going to bottle himself up. We'll see if he can make something happen here. He is going to get sprouted. No, he's not. Long DD, not quick enough with the sprout.
He's too fast for those trees. Meld was actually cooling down. That might have been a kill if they'd gotten it off. But either way, Bamboe escapes, lives to fight another day, and it's a big escape too because he's almost got a Blink Dagger. Bernie has opted for an early drum. It gives you a little bit of an improvement in terms of push. Also, if you want to go for Roshan, it helps out there. It suggests that DK don't really want to go to late game, at least not without a huge lead. I mean, I think they can, but Mouse's lineup is pretty scary late. So DK going for those early cheap items, the mechanism, the drum, looking to push these towers down. Even the Urn on the Prophet, who went back for a Midas as well. Bernie used the ultimate. Tower taking a lot of damage. The Glyph is forced immediately. And DK, they haven't dropped the Shadow Shaman wards. Those are on cooldown. Super just slowly sieging this one up. DK can do a lot of power damage without really committing to this. Come With Me dropping low, spamming that Soul Ring. He's slowing down the push, not killing off the wards, however. It will force DK back for the moment.
Yeah, we will see them being held off. It's really hard to push into this Tinker spam. I mean, the Rockets as well as the March and the Machines just make it... March prevents you from basically overwhelming them with brute force, and the rocket spam just slowly whittles them down from afar. It's just a great combo to have, and Templar Assassin has managed to farm up a Blink Dagger now. So we're going to see Bamboo having a much bigger impact on this game. We'll see if Sing Sing can keep up these combos with the Sanking. Basically, those two have been sticking together for the last 5-10 minutes, looking maybe for another opening for the Epicenter relocate in a team fight, and it's proving to be devastating so far.
It's the buddy system for these two, and well, one of the things mousesports really need to do if they want to set up this combo, sure, you might see a hero on the lane and be able to go for him, but having some aggressive wards, I mean, they don't have to be hyper-aggressive, but give yourself some vision. Right now, mousesports is playing pretty much in the dark. Not a single ward on the map. I expect that they're on a support, just haven't been placed yet. Yeah, Sing Sing's got a pair. In fact, he's got 4 all at once, but this is not something you like to see on a support here. You don't want to see 4 wards in the inventory. You want to see at least a few on the map. And here we go, a lane ward placed down. They're going to spot out Burning if he pushes that lane too far by himself. But yes, for the next 5-10 minutes, it seems like it will be Czar just sticking together with Sing Sing, looking for those openings for that very potent epicenter relocate combination.
And it is in the Radiant jungle. They right into a trio of heroes who are smoked up. Bamboo actually no retreating before he does reach them. ROTK, Zippo, and Super are still smoked up, and they they don't actually have the vision there. That's a dire ward in the bottom lane, so they're going to maybe poke their way up this bottom lane and try find an opening.
Oh no, DK, this could be a huge opportunity for them. It gets spotted out. Gale is going to miss. Nice blink away. I think everyone will survive. Czar, burrow strike away as well. Oh, so mousesports dodge a bullet, guys. That could have been absolutely disastrous. If they lose that fight, they might be losing a tier 2, maybe even a Roshan. DK have just that many early game minions and push power. Wards get dropped, no glyph, the tower will take a fall.
Ooh,
yeah, and in
watch
fact,
Sand King. they're trying to go for the combo. He's thinking about the epicenter combo there. They tethered up and they decided not to go for it.
Are they gonna go Rosh? No, they're gonna back off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, that tower dropped without anybody dying or really taking damage. Yeah. If they die there, that might even be Rax. Or at least force a couple of live-eggs. Great escape there from Mouse, but by the skin of their teeth, I must say. Okay, so, still the gold lead, the experience lead overall, especially the gold, heavily favoring the Radiant, and they only have a couple of towers. They're tethered up, maybe looking for an opening here. This epicenter has been on cooldown for a while, and you know, the longer you go without using that, it's a lot of missed opportunities because that spell could be cooling down the relocate as well as the epicenter. Ready to go that much sooner. Sing Sing gonna go place a hill ward. Wasn't spotted by the Radiant. Looks like Long DD saw it, immediately pings it. That should be dewarded in short order. And for the moment, Mouse are just sort of playing passively here. With these early towers down, especially in the bottom lane. It's requiring a lot of tension from Come With Me to keep that push back. Zippo has a Blink Dagger. Oh man. Well, I said the supports need to play catch-up, but Zippo has had good farm all game, even if he hasn't had the levels. And now with the Blink, still only a level 1 Hex, but it'll get leveled up, and this is some great initiation now coming out for DK.
Yeah, but I mean, Zippo being level 7 at 19 minutes, I mean, that's a bit of a concern. Even Rubik's only just level 8. The support heroes are really struggling this game for both teams. I mean, Sand King, Wisp, they're level 8 and level 7. I mean, this is not been too many team fights where these support heroes have managed to get any XP, and here we go, Wisp teaming up with Bamboo now. They've tethered up, they get scattered by some treants, but they're just gonna go all out for this bottom lane possibly. Zippo and Super underneath the tower. Could be in a bit of a sticky situation here. They may need some backup, but is it even going to come, or will we just see them maybe TP out and try trade for this top tier 1 tower? Burning's popped the ultimate at top. He is going to try get his hands on that one, and mousesports currently looking like they're just going to go for the trade.
One hero who's been entirely off the radar this whole time is Black, and he's just about got the relic. So that's going to be a big pickup for mousesports.
Yep.
If you look at DK, they're all relatively squishy. Oh, top lane, Burning, gets caught out. There's your Wisp, relocating in, and it looks like they might have the damage. Sing Sing's about to go back, but Bamboe doing the big damage. That minus armor really helping out versus DK. Prophet TP's in. No, cancels the TP. One more burst strike. They get the kill. It did require a use of the Wisp ultimate as well as a TP from Come With Me, but of course he's got the boots to travel. He'll be okay with that. They're creating space for Black. It's the double global heroes. The Sand King who's almost got a Blink Dagger after that. 1,300 gold. Mouse are giving Black that opportunity to make a comeback here. He was really shut down hard, especially compared to last game.
Yep, and they did punish the Wisp for that. When he came back to bottom lane after relocate, they did manage to kill him, but that's just their hard support, the Wisp, and that's not really anything that's going to help DK out too much. DK still have the tower advantage. We'll see them trying to maybe find an opening towards the middle lane. They walk right past these observer wards, and I feel Venno, or at least someone in this ranked team at this point, needs to get a gem or at least start de-warding actively, because mousesports, their map control is amazing. They've got wards all over the map, in the Radiant jungle, in the bottom lane, mid lane, near the Ancients, and it's just great map control. They see everything coming. DK need a gem or just need some way of getting around it.
Bamboe blinks in. DD picked up on him. Super ever so tanky with that mech. He runs back in. Maybe a misclick there. He's going to drop low. How did he survive that? DD on a Templar Assassin. Now he's getting real low. 4-staff in by Come With Me. Will they pull him in or send him away? They send him back. And to Gale. Maybe some miscommunication. RTK steals the rockets. That'll be a fun one to play around with. Meanwhile, on the top lane, it is Czar running for his life. Out of mana. They're on cooldown, the mana boots, and he seems to be completely dead. Flame Breath gonna miss. He's wasting some time here. DK even used the ultimate. Burning really wants this kill. They're gonna get it. Ogre X picked up on him. Anything else on the Courier. Oh, Mithril Hammer as well. He's close to that BKB. And it's only the lone druid who can really... Well, actually, no, Templar Assassin can deal with it pretty well, too. So they'll be okay against that. But it will be a helpful pickup, especially versus the Tinker and the Sand Cane, who seem to be the majority of the damage in these early engagements.
Yeah, and we'll see if when they get the BKB up, maybe that's then they'll be looking to break on through. Prophet with an Axe, Venomancer with both Mech and Pipe. This is pretty much DK. They're reaching their core items now. The only one they are missing is really that DK BKB. I mean, they're missing a few of their core levels. I mean, Shadow Shaman's fairly under-leveled. Rubik's a bit under-leveled. He's got a 4-staff, though. So DK, they've got their core items. Whatever's coming from here on out is going to be sort of their next level of items, which won't come for a good 5-10 minutes unless they win some big team fights and get some towers, Roshan, etc. But, I mean, mousesports, they have options themselves. They don't have the blink on Sand King yet, but they've got a lot of farm on the Tinker, and they've got the Radiance almost up on Black.
I mean, just look at this. This gold earned window is absolutely amazing. If you press Y, look at the supports. All I want to look at is the Shadow Shaman and the Rubik compared to the Sand Cane and the Wisp, and that's about a 4,000, 5,000 gold lead for this. So just the supports, and of course the 3 heroes that really want the farm for the Radiant are leading the way. Some of that's towers, but a lot of it just the fact that ROTK and Zippo have been spending more time getting farm overall. So it's looking real good for DK right now with these early item pickups, but. That being said, they have to take the next step, knock down these outer tier 2s, maybe go for Roshan, and I think it is the BKB. They need that on DK. Maybe they don't even want it. I mean, it is... Oh, Gale to start, come with me. 4 staff away. Sing Sing as well with the tether here, looking to halt that aggression, and Bamboe in the back lines looking for an opening. Is going for a BKB, which would be... It's absolutely crucial against DK's lockdown and their magical damage. Wards get dropped. Glyph is available if they want to use it, but this tower seems all but dead. They're not going to. 4-staff in to a stun, and Black pauses. Great initiation. And he does apologize. They didn't know it was coming. But Sing Sing seems to be in a hell of a lot of trouble.
I would say Sing Sing is not looking to be in a very good position. Hard game is Dota, as we're going to see. Probably this is going to be a straightforward.
Come on, gods. It's game is hard. Get it right.
Game is hard. Game is hard. I'm sorry. I don't watch enough Sing Sing on stream.
How dare you? How dare you do anything else?
Sing Sing. Trolling away as well. Game is hard. Game is hard. ROTK says no way. But we're going to see Sing Sing. We're going to see Sing Sing go down. There's no backup anywhere near him. The closest thing would be a TP. There's not going to be anyone coming anytime soon. And this is going to be... I mean, I don't know. Can they transition into this tier 3 tower from here? They've already used the Serpent Wards. I feel they have to go maybe for Roshan after the Wisp kill, or at least TP bottom and push out the lane and then try find a new opening. Look for another kill somewhere else. But this is looking good for DK. This is how their lineup's designed to work. They've got their items up and they're taking towers one by one and looking for pickoffs like they're getting now on Sing Sing. They maybe just need to try find some smoke ganks, get a few more pickoffs, especially Black. Black and Bamboo, those are 2 heroes they'd like to get some kills on as well soon.
Yeah, I'm looking at Come With Me. He has picked up a 4-staff. The thing about Tinker is, even if you get this great start, it's a long time before he's a game-breaking item after the Boots of Travel. He goes for Boots of Travel, then he needs some utility just to stay alive, 4-staff to help the team out as well. But he doesn't have that next item. There's no Shivas, there's no Scythe of Ice. As good as this hero is at slowing down pushes with his spells, if you have the mech and the pipe up, it's just not enough by himself. And with Sing Sing dying here, it's going to be hard to stop this push because they don't have the relocate epicenter to maybe set things up. Sing Sing won't be dead for that long because he's such a low level. But as long as he's dead, DK can either look to go high ground or go for Roshan. If they go for Roshan, though, that might be an opening for that Wisp to respawn and then come in with a huge epicenter relocate combination. So we'll have to see. I'm curious, how do you think DK are going to play this? Go for Rax, go for Roshan, or just back off?
I think Roshan is risky. I think they just back off and look to just keep on farming out for a bit, wait for the Serpent Wards to come back, wait for the completed BKB. They definitely can't go without a BKB here. They do get the kill on Wisp as expected. I think they back off, Prophet TPs to Ancients or to somewhere, and then someone goes bottom and farms, or they go for Roshan. They're not going to get a Rax. There we go. Prophet just TPs top into the neutrals. They're going to have a couple of heroes, their supports go into their own neutrals, and then probably the DK farming up the bottom lane. So they're just looking to be as efficient as possible with their farming. I mean, you can even see just the item progression all over. I mean, Venomancer's still got a 1,200 gold. Rubik, 1,400 gold. This is... Yeah.
I mean,
it's not just DK.
Super has a mechanism and a pipe. In fact, I think he's out farming the DK. Total gold earned. Yeah, he's out farming him. I think he's got a tower last hit or maybe just a couple of extra kills. This is I mean, that support Venomancer is not to, or that farming Venomancer rather, is not to be underestimated. We usually see him on support. Wow, look at mouz. Bold move here. Spamboe blinks into the pit. I think he needs a little backup. He doesn't really have a whole lot of damage. Refraction will help versus Roshan. He actually goes into meld. Gotta use up some bottle charges and then maybe come out of it. No, he's gonna walk away. One more hero and they could do this. Lone Druid could maybe look to stand on the high ground, send it a bear. I think he would be just in range with that bear to help tank it. But he's not gonna do it just yet. This Roshan, this is important. If mouz get it, that might give them that extra life they need to bring this into the late game. And they'll look good then. They have a Lone Druid with the Radiance. Bamboe starting to work towards that BKB. Tinker as well, he's got an ultimate orb, not all that far away from a sight device, still probably about 5 to 8 minutes away, assuming he just free farms for now. Back they go into Roshan, the ping's coming out from mouz actually, and look, the bear just gonna tank it up, actually not in range to auto attack, but that's okay. In comes Sing Sing, buffing up Bamboe's damage. Does he have any points?
DK not reacting. I mean, DK aren't really moving their way there.
They have no
I don't know if they can. Yeah, and DK himself, the hero, Dragon Knight Burning, is can't actually come to the fight. I mean, hasn't got a TP, is nowhere near, and he's the one probably can always TP in from anywhere. But they're not there. Bamboo is going to get this.
It's still taking a while, but there's just no attempt to defend it. If either DK know and they don't want to fight it, or they're oblivious. I mean, with this many heroes off the map, pretty much any pro team will expect a Roshan. Just gonna go. Are they gonna give it to Black or Bamboe? It's hard to say. It looks like it will be Bamboe. So that allows him to be aggressive with his Blink Dagger. Mithril Hammer picked up. Now he's only about 1,200 gold away from that BKB. And that could be very helpful.
Yeah, that is what they kind of need in these fights. It's not like DK have a massive amount of just pure straight up DPS. There is some coming from the Prophet as well as the DK, but a lot of it relies on their disables, their damage over time. The Venomancer AoE ulti, I mean, this stuff can be negated by a BKB, and Templar Assassin is just going to find some food with the Shadow Shaman, the Rubik. Their only way they can stay alive is going to be these 4 stuff, which they're going to have to really use well to get away from Templar Assassin.
Oh, TPN towards top by the Prophet. Has the Aghanim Scepter up. It's all about map control for DK. This is not really to farm, it's to keep all the lanes pushed out. Also gives you a decent chunk of bonus damage in the team fights, which you combo that up with Super's level 2 ultimate. And I can't do the math in my head, but it's like 600, 700 damage at least, maybe even more before reduction. 14 times 58. Guys, if you can do that on your calculator, let me know. But it's a lot of damage. Prophet Aghanims as well. DK have some outrageous team fight just from the nukes. They don't have any big AoE stunts, but they have that big burst damage over time in an AoE. So it makes it hard for mousesports to engage head on. And TP in towards the bottom lane by Burning. The one downside to Burning's build is he didn't rush anything like a Midas or a big damage item, so he doesn't really hit that hard just yet. He's only the frontline tanker for the team. He needs one big item as far as damage goes before he can actually look to burst someone down on the mousesports side.
Yeah, we'll probably see that coming up next, unless he's really just thinking he can tank it out.
Oh, he's going to TP out. Epicenter and Wisp is used. No, the retether from Sing Sing gets the kill. Detethers allows Sar to stay in that lane and look to push a little bit. Well, they find an opening and they seize it.
That's what mouz just keep needing to do. Every kill they get is time where DK can't push, can't apply pressure, and just buy themselves some more time to get bigger items. Bottom lane, though, this is not looking good for Bamboo. He has got the Aegis, though, so even if he goes down, he does have that respawn, but DK's Burning is going to chase down Sing Sing. Sing Sing going to fall, and they've lost the Aegis as well. This could be Bamboo going down twice. Telekinesis, Bamboo in all sorts of trouble. He's going to go down, and that could be the opening that DK need to break on through. Try take a tier 3 tower, try get a Rax. And Serpent Woods are down, but I feel with DK Ultimate form still up for a good 30-40 seconds, they may be able to do it. Yeah.
And is there a Glyph? Glyph is up. Tinker can try and slow this one down. Remember, there's a pipe and a mechanism. Prophet summons the triads. The Glyph is forced out immediately. And while mousesports tried to split push top, they didn't get to the tower down. They didn't get to the tier 3 in time. So this tower is in a lot of trouble. It will go down. Not denied. Venomancer last hits that one. More gold for a filthy rich Venomancer. And DK, they get a kill. It's instantly, it's looking like Rax. Burrow strike in. Blink Burrow strike. Remember, there's no epicenter here. They use that up top. Entangle and Burning. Burning already used his BKB. He's in a lot of trouble. Angry Bear comes onto him. He's tanking up for the moment. He will survive the fight going the other way. Another Burrow strike in. RTK actually stole epicenter, and I think he used that in the middle of the fight just now. Sing is going to die. Long DD. Dropping low, may take a fall. It looks like Mouse are just going to get a couple of counter kills, maybe even 4 here. The slow coming off cooldown in just a few seconds. There you go. Trap is dropped. Bernie with the Gale wants to tank as long as possible. One more entangle does the trick. Venom or Tinker even TP'd on that bear. Ends up canceling in the end. Still, DK get the Rex.
Oh yeah, and they managed to get their hands on that gem, which had proved to be very useful for DK. I mean, DK found the openings they have with this map control. They de-warded all those wards that mousesport had set around the map, and now the gem's in mousesport's hand. So they lose the racks, they're going to get back some map control, they're going to find themselves some more openings. So this is not over by any means, but DK, next time they have their ultimates up, the Serpent wards, the DK ultimate, DK's going to have another big item fairly soon, as well as that level 3 ultimate. They're going to go for another set of racks, either at the mid or top lane, and that's going to be hard to defend, especially with the pressure coming through this bottom lane.
Zippo dies to neutrals. Huh. Where did that happen?
I'm not too sure. I guess it was a bit of a misplay. We're going to pretend that didn't happen, guys. Chinese Dota at its best. They died to neutrals at 30 minutes in. I think that was a bit of a misplay.
I don't think there were any heroes there. Maybe my map word is just that horrible. But yeah, I think he just tried to neutral.
No, there was no. I think he had pulled it because those two little neutrals both had about 10 HP on them, so they were really low. He must have been trying to kite them, and a bit of misclicking, a bit of underestimating how much damage they can do to him because it's just a small little troll.
It's all mind games, man. They're just trying to get inside of mousesport's head here. No, I don't actually believe that, guys. But looks like DK are going to give away. They give away 2 tier 1s. The middle tower, mousesport's got those kills after the push. Then they lock down the bottom tier 1. So mousesport's getting some map control back, and this is going to free up the map again for Tinker if they can hold on to this position. If they lose another set of racks, even with a Tinker and a Lone Druid to really help push out, it's going to be very hard to deal with the Prophet, with the Aghanims. And so mousesports are going to have to look to defend. Maybe get the tier 2 bottom, trade their own tier 2 top, but then they have to back. They cannot continue this push. They don't push towers nearly as hard. Wisp teleporting in, and there's the epicenter. Only really hitting RTK. BKB is used, not really doing too much damage with that. Burning in the middle of the fight, looking for an opportunity here. Bamboo is driving him back, manning up the entangle as well. They want Burning. Are they going to get him? No, the relocate sends both back to bottom. Did not detether, and suddenly it's a 4-on-3. That could have been a big blunder. Burrow strike in, but Black doing the damage. Down goes Rubik. Down goes Facilibear as well. Oh man, he just exploded. Come with me, rejoins the fight. The TP in using the scroll from Sing Sing. And in the end, it's a 2 for 2. I really expected to see more heroes die there. But that epicenter
getting tethered back, man, that was a big loss. And if he was still at that fight, that could have gone heavily in Mouse's favor. Although mousesports will look to pick up this kill on Prophet at bottom lane.
Oh, Bamboo, Ninja Bamboo wants the kill. He's enraged. Oh, why you no fight, Bamboo? Sight the vice up and come with me. The burst damage, outrageous. Long DD goes down. Big pick off for Mouse. Prophet dead for a full minute. Actually, he's got buyback in 20 seconds, but Mouse might be able to get the tier 2 bottom.
Yeah, I mean, this is good for them. I mean, Black did die in that fight, but he's got 3k gold. He can get up another big item soon. Probably going to be that Assault Cuirass. And Bamboo gets himself some more gold. He got forced to go the BKB build this game, but he's going to start getting closer and closer to that Desolator with these kills, with the additional time he's getting to farm on up. And we'll see mousesports making use of this time as best they can. They've got the right heroes to deal with having lost this Rax. I mean, Tinker great at pushing out lanes. Same goes for the Bear. And one of the things you need against this split push, I mean, you're versing a Prophet, you're versing a team who may use this Rax advantage to split push, is mobility. And Wisp offers it, much like a Prophet can do. Wisp can TP anywhere on the map, and you can deal with that split push so well with a Wisp. So I think mousesports have the potential to bring this game back.
Yeah, they're definitely not out of it yet. If we take a look at the gold experience, it's a lead, but it's not an overwhelming one, especially considering that everybody's got their core items at this point. Bamboo's got that Blink Dagger, the BKB. We saw he was actually able to man up versus a DK with a Blink or a BKB, and the Entangle really turned the tides there. That is going to be a big X factor in the next team fight. Is the DK going to get entangled, especially after using his BKB? If he's able to hold on to it, he can BKB out of that entangle, but another one can always come. So that's something to keep an eye on. If Burning gets locked down in these fights, I just don't know where the burst damage is for DK. They don't really have a backup plan as far as the carry goes. Long DD didn't go for any damage items. Aghanim Scepter, Urn of Shadows, working towards the Scythe of Vice. That could be huge as well, but he doesn't have it just yet, although he is very close.
Yeah, we'll see where DK want to go with this, and they're going to go for a smoke gank. That's their plan of attack for now, and this is the right time. I mean, bottom and mid lane are fairly pushed out. Black is working on the bottom lane with the Radiance on his bear. They do have to worry about this Tinker, who is constantly applying a bit of pressure at top, but Prophet is there. Prophet's actually playing really far back, expecting some shenanigans. DK, though, Roshan being almost up, that's partly their cause for concern, but they find Bamboo. He gets sheeped up. The Burrow Strike actually missing. Whisk is there, ready, tethers up Bamboo. Bamboo pulls the BKB. DK pops the Sand King. Level 3 ulti for Templar Assassin, tears through the Shadow Shaman, and that is the beauty of a BKB on Templar Assassin. Burrow Strike actually in on the Rubik, and DK aren't done. The Dragon Knight, burning, triple kill, takes out Whisk. Templar Assassin as well, forces some buyback. DK going to back off, maybe go for Roshan here. Depending on whether or not they're confident in that with only 2 heroes down, but they are in a good position with those kills.
Well, I wouldn't disagree with going for Roshan, although it's not up just yet, but actually they were pinning mid, now they are going to back off in the end though. Man, that smoke gank, such a big opportunity there. They got the initiation, and I love the fact, I loved how Bamboo just popped his BKB, turned around on the Shadow Shaman, but Zippo actually had a moment there where he could have gotten off the shackles after the BKB. Great initiation for DK, and that's what they need to do. If they let Bamboo initiate, drop his BKB, blink in, pick off one of these supports, they're absolutely screwed. They need those Shadow Shaman disables to deal with them. Whoever gets the initiation is going to win these team fights. It's often true in Dota, but never more so than in this game.
Yeah, and we'll see mousesports. I mean, this is all centered around Roshan. This is it. This is what it's going to come down to, at least for the next big deciding fight. Both teams are going to want to have buybacks in case something happens, which does alter the start of this fight. But the items, it's just DK out farming at the moment. Burning has enough gold for the Mjolnir if he wants to buy it. Similarly, ROTK getting very close to that Bloodstone. BKB Shadow Shaman, that is just going to be so crucial for keeping him alive. Even with Templar Assassin damage going through, having the BKB means it can't be slowed, can't be disabled, and he does have a chance of getting away. So for now, DK, there we go. Bloodstone actually finished on ROTK, so he's going to respawn faster and do a lot more spam in these team fights. We'll see what he wants to steal. He's currently got Burrow Strike. I mean, Burrow Strike has an AoE stun. I mean, I don't think there's much else he would be wanting to get at this point. And maybe a relocate himself, but he can only relocate himself. He can't tether a teammate with the relocate.
No, I think you're right. Burrow Strike is the best spell to steal in this game. Maybe you could argue Epicenter if he has a Blink Dagger, but you know that requires the channel time. What they really need isn't more damage, I feel, it's the lockdown. Because if Burning has enough damage right now, if they get the lockdown, they kill the Templar Assassin. They kill the Tinker. There's no outrageously tanky carry. I mean, you could argue Lone Druid is fairly tanky, but I don't think he's the real problem. I think it is Bamboo and the Tinker who they need to focus on in these fights. mousesports grouping up towards Roshan. I mean, both teams, you'll notice that they never stray too far. I'm just sort of drawing like these circles around the map. Tinker, Might, and Prophet are the two that we'll see all over the place. Because they can always rejoin that engagement. But generally, that's just a very limited sphere of influence for both teams. Look at the position of Czar right now. They really want to bait a fight out here. A ward on the high ground, if it's placed. I mean, nobody's really going to expect you to be here, but it's always a possibility. DK are instead just going to pressure top, look to keep the lanes going their way. They do have the Rax advantage, but like you said, Mouse has a great lineup to deal with this. The bottom lane is staying fairly pushed out. Come With Me continues to apply the pressure there. And by the way, if he wants to go for it, he's almost got a Shiva's Guard. This is a Tinker who's getting big.
Oh, wow. Yep, he really is. And for now, the big thing is that, well, especially DK are trying to do, it's getting map control. They're basically going through the enemy jungle. More than anything, it's just to get that map control back. They're making sure that there's no mousesports wards up. They're trying to de-ward the whole map. And you can see mousesports are playing pretty blind, apart from those Templar Assassin traps, which are all around Roshan, because the rest have been de-warded by that gem. Both teams have a gem, though. There's one on Templar Assassin as well, but mousesports haven't been as proactive with the de-warding, and we're going to see DK hovering around top. Bamboo is going for Roshan, but DK, they can either go straight mid for a Rax and try and make that kind of trade, try and force Mouse to TP back, or they can try and initiate on Roshan.
Well, they got to do something soon. Roche won't live forever. The minus armor really helping out here. Bambo, no item progression since that BKB. Look at all the traps. They're going to get the Aegis. Goes on to Bambo. DK actually trying to force this fight right now. TP in from the Tinker onto the Bear. Tinker joins the fight. BKB popped by Zippo. Blinks in. Looks for the initiation. Doesn't trap Bambo. Oh, it's a pretty good epicenter, although the pipe, the mechanism, negating a lot of it. And now, mousesports looking for the opening. Bambo, the BKB wears off. He's not really in the thick of things, but Bernie is getting focused by the Bear. Bear goes down. Bernie takes a lot of damage. Now Sing Sing on the back foot, trying to run away. Bernie with big damage, locking him down, picking him up. Now it's 3-1 in favor of DK, and they have the Aegis on Bambo, but Bambo likely to die twice here. Just so much lockdown on DK. Buyback comes out immediately from the low Druid. Bear is on cooldown. He does. Oh, actually, no. He just resummoned it. Oh. But meanwhile, Bambo, big blink away. He might survive. Will it be enough, though? Actually, only 20 seconds. All three of the core damage heroes are up. They don't, however, have that Burrow Strike, and they might need it to hold off this push. Is DK going for throne? No, they're pushing in bottom lane. Probably should just go mid. Maybe looking for Bambo. Not really sure what they're up to be perfectly honest. But they might not actually
get
they're
going to find Bamboo. Bamboo needs to be careful. I think they maybe just spot him out. Nope, they're not going to go for that. I think they're going to chip away at this range rack, but I think they decide there's nothing they can do. They've taken the Aegis. The next fight, they won't be up against the Aegis, so they'll just wait for the team to regroup, wait for this Shadow Shaman to come back in, wait for the Serpent Wards as well as the Venomancer ultimate, and then try and make something happen. They managed to find, well, actually, invisibility rune, but they're not going to make too much of it, and for now, DK are just going to play it slow and steady. Wait for those next openings, and I think that's okay, because especially, I mean, I think if you look at Bamboo, he kind of sums up DK's strong position right now. He hasn't picked up anything since his BKB. He's been forced to buy back on multiple occasions. He's doing a lot of damage. He's killing these support heroes, but he hasn't got any late game items, whereas DK is constantly picking up new items. He's got the Mjolnir, he's now got a Vitality Booster, building towards a heart. The longer this goes, well, I'd say if this goes longer, mousesports look good, but not if they're not picking up new items, and not many of their heroes are.
Yes and no. I mean, the Taker is the one that's getting that big farm. He hasn't died in the last couple of fights. He's got the Shivas now if he wants to buy it. Looks like the Courier's headed to do just that. Shiva's Guard recipe on it. Can buy the Mystic Staff. If he buys this, though, gods, no buyback. And if they lose a fight, initiation mid. Zippo again with the blink. BKB, where's the shackle? Not using it just yet. He actually got entangled there. Epicenter on everything. Wow, but the BKBs, the pipe, the mech, just too much. BKB a long TD as well. That would have been perfect if the BKBs weren't there. Bambo dives in, manning up against RTK, but even RTK, very, very tanky. Black still in the fight. Burning gets entangled. They need more than just that one, though. Another blink in from Zippo. Continuing the chase. Come with me. Doing the damage. Also taking a lot of his own. RLTK with the right clicks. Wants the kill. March of the Machines. Dropping a blow. 4-step away. Where's the Radiance Bird? Not enraged just yet. Long DD still running for his life. RLTK, will he go down? God, he's still alive. Mousesports have done it. They've outlasted DK's burst. They dealt with the BKBs, and now they're doing the big damage, getting the pickoffs. We're going to need to see at least 1 or 2 buybacks from DK, I think. Might not need them, but still a great fight for Mouse. And it looked like a horrible start, gods, because that epicenter hit absolutely nothing. DK get the initiation, but they just don't have the follow-up damage to kill off Mouse.
Yeah. I mean, Templar Assassin was forced to buy back again, and that, once again, no more items coming for Bamboo for a long time, but a massive teamfight win for them, and DK find themselves slightly on the back foot there. DK just manned up, but he couldn't. A couple heroes got away on red HP. First, the Tinker living on about 50 HP with a 4-staff. Then we saw the Templar Assassin as well, just sort of ripping things up, very low on HP, but they just couldn't finish the result. The 4-staffs on the Dire team, even the mech on the Sand King saving lives, whereas the Radiant team somewhat melting. The chasing and potential of the Tinker as well as the Templar Assassin with the Wisp combo is just too much. They can always finish off heroes, whereas DK, they struggle to finish off the heroes, even with the burst damage coming from burning on the Dragon Knight. You
know, although Bambo keeps on dying, we're getting to that point now where I think he's more just a distraction than the real threat. To me, the real threat is the Tinker and Black on that lone Druid. You mentioned that DK just wasn't able to do enough damage. A lot of it is those entangles, guys. He's been getting entangled repeatedly in these fights. That Spirit Bear getting very tanky, and here we go with a Demon Edge pickup as well. Not far away from MKB. One thing we do want to keep an eye on is the buybacks. Not just the amount of gold the heroes have, but also the cooldowns. Bambo doesn't have that cooldown right now, so he might as well buy something. Although it's only 3 minutes to go, and I'm not sure if DK will push during that time. DK are starting to prepare for late game. Super has a Yasha up. I'm not sure it's going to offer a whole lot at this point. There's so many disables now, especially at that scythe device and the Shivas, that he's either his team's gonna win the fight or he's gonna get chain stunned. But it shows that DK realized that they're not just able to end this game anymore. They have to start looking towards the ultra late game.
No, I like this. I mean, I think Super picking up some DPS for his team is going to help him out. Not to mention, I mean, just the movement speed from Yasha does help a lot against some of these heroes like the Tinker, like the Templar Assassin. So it's going to be a useful item to have once he finishes off the Manta style. Or even a Sanjin Yasha. Dare we mention one of the most underbought, least common items in the game? Let's say one of the worst items in the game, but I think that's unfair to Sanjin Yasha. I think it's viable in some situations. I've seen, speaking of, I mean, DK Dragon Knight, some teams actually will go Sanjin Yasha when they're going for that strong early game push. They'll just go drums into a Sanjin Yasha if they don't need a BKB. So it is a viable item, but it's not one seen very often.
Well, the beauty of it is you can now split it up. So you can buy the Sanjin Yasha, then turn it into a Manta and a Halberd later. That was patched in, I think, 1 or 2 patches ago. So it's not a dead end like it used to be, where if you buy it, you've got to make it work in the early to mid game. And it does give you that chasing power. These fights seem to be a fair amount about that. Oh, top lane, come with me. Big dive on the long DD. Drops the rockets, drops the March of the Machines, as well as the Shivas, but just applying pressure. He's not really going for kills here. He wants to force TPs back. He wants to free up his team to farm these other lanes. And for the moment, he's not able to do so. Zippo lurking in the wings. And I gotta say, I'd like to see if Zippo's able to get a ward trap and also get his rip off a little bit sooner with that shackles. That could be a big difference maker. Every fight we see him blink in, he BKBs, he hexes someone, he drops the wards, but he hasn't gotten ward traps. Wards on the tower to start. They want to damage it down. They don't have an assault cuirass, though it's not really dropping that quickly. Glyph is used. Prophet not here just yet. DK maybe just looking to force out the Glyph and back off. Seems like that's what they will do. It's so hard to go high ground now. I mean, mousesports are big, they're beefy, and they have a lot of creep clearing ability.
Yep, and DK have entirely backed off. I mean, they used the Dragon Knight ultimate and the Serpent Wards, and they said, okay, we've had enough. We've done, what, 200, 300 damage? Or a bit more than that. They go down to about 900 HP, but still, they knew as soon as that, as soon as the Glyph was popped and as soon as those Serpent Wards got cleared out, there was no point risking it any further, and now mousesports will be looking to make something happen. It looks like Invis Rune, I was about to say, if they smoked up the Invis Rune on Templar Assassin, we'll see if Wisp can find an opening to get a kill with Relocate, but top lane, Tinker just TPing out there, and we'll see DK's ultimate wearing off soon. This is a small window of opportunity for mousesports. I mean, DK can stall and wait for the new DK ultimate, but it's going to be about 55 seconds with it on cooldown.
Big wrap around here for Mouse. Ward placed on the high ground. That ultimate is down. This DD not going to be nearly as effective. He was already getting kited in fights by that Entangle, and now he's in melee form. Is Mouse can engage? This game is so tense right now, godz, because if either team goes in, that's probably going to decide, if not the game, then it's going to be a huge momentum swing one way or the other. And mousesports decide they're not ready to take the plunge. They back off. They wanted to use that Invis Rune for a kill, just didn't find the opening. Oh man, this is one of those late game situations. It doesn't really matter who's got more damage. It doesn't matter who's got the better team fight. It's all about execution. It's all about getting that initiation off, getting the better positioning so that you don't get jumped or that you can turn things around. And it comes down more to individual skill and teamwork than it does to hero advantage. We don't have an anti-mage or anything like that where he can just carry this game by himself. This is very much a team game, hanging in the balance, hanging by a thread. It's really the most beautiful thing you can ever see in a match of Dota.
Oh yeah. I mean, all these heroes just getting so much fun as we head into the ultra late game. I mean, Prophet, he's going to have the Mjolnir of his own. Well, I mean, that's the thing. At this point in the game, this is where instead of getting that next big item, it's always, do I have buyback? If buyback's on cooldown, then you can maybe buy the item and start farming so you have buyback when your buyback's no longer on cooldown. But if you're going to be buying a new big item, you want to make sure you can still buy back into the game, which is where you see Bamboo. I mean, he's sitting on a BKB still because he's constantly buying back into the game. If his team have a big fight, maybe he goes down, he thinks he can contribute, he'll buy back immediately because that can be the game-deciding thing. If they lose the fight, they can lose a Rax. If they win the fight, maybe they get a Rax. Maybe they get Roshan. Speaking of Roshan, it's back in about 30 seconds' time, and that's really going to be the next big focal point of the action. I can imagine just a big standoff waiting to happen around this Roshan pick. Although the last few times, DK have just let mousesports pick it up for almost free. Templar Assassin, though, uses all his gold, buys a Desolator. This is a risky decision from Bamboo, but that's kind of what he's known for doing.
Well, let's see who else has the buyback. Lone Druid, no buyback. Tinker, the only one who has it. Going for the Perseverance. Is this a late game Bloodstone? I guess it is. One nice thing about that late game Bloodstone, it means you have to make a lot less trips to Fountain, although he's already got 2300 mana. I guess it is. I mean, what else could be? You don't need Refresher on Tinker, that's for sure. Oh no, it's a Lincoln Sphere.
Lincoln Sphere.
There you go.
Yeah.
I actually like this choice. I mean, it makes initiation very dangerous. Oh, Wisp ults in. They want long DD. Uses the BKB. Will he turn it around? Ult flies through. Sing Sing going back in 5 seconds. They bait out the BKB. Now they back off, and I mean that's worth a Wisp ult. It's only got a minute cooldown. Actually, a bit more. He's still not 16 actually. Sing Sing very behind in terms of levels.
And DK no Rosh is back up. They're going to go in now. They're going to start right-clicking away. Is there... Yet the Dire team have vision all over. I mean, those traps, they spot out everything. And we're going to have to see Prophet maybe providing some backup very soon. Prophet has no buyback, though. That's important to notice as well. He's sitting on only 1200 gold, and that's a hero. If any hero you want to have a buyback, it's always going to be the Prophet, because he can instantly be back at the team fight. And sitting with just 1200 gold, they're probably going to wait DK to try get him to farm that up, but they can't wait all that long. mousesports going to go in. They are feeling oh so confident now, and looking to use that confidence to get them an Aegis as well as a cheese.
He's got an MKB on the Spirit Bearer. This is not going to take very long. Supercharges in, uses the Gale, drops the ultimate. BKB burning, doing the big right clicks. Will it be enough? He needs to kill off Black Epicenter, hitting Will, and that BKB is only 5 seconds. It wears off. Burning takes a lot of magical damage. Aegis is popped. Low Druid coming back to life. Still, come with me, dropping low. Zar dropping low. Burning may go down. There's most of your damage, but not before getting Black. He does respawn in that melee form. Actually, Burning lives. 4 heroes dead.
50 HP? Oh. Burning lives on 50 HP. Black was in range form still. Black actually picked up both cheese and Aegis, but he couldn't make use of the cheese because he respawned and was perma-stunned. He maybe wanted to use the cheese while he was still alive before using up the Aegis. But what a big fight from Burning. If he had died, if they just done an extra 100 damage to him, that would have been Black surviving and a potential lost fight for DK. But they stayed alive, and this could be a game-changing moment. None of these heroes have buyback. I mentioned that Templar Assassin bought the Desolator. He can't buy back. Black does not have buyback. Couple hundred short. None of these heroes with buyback. This is going to be at least another set of Raxes.
Oh, they do have the glyph to try and stall it out. Sand King coming online, but again, that Epicenter is on cooldown. Rax taking a lot of damage. They will drop. They might even get 2 sets. 4-step in. Telekinesis. Pull Sing Sing back in. Where's the follow-up? Burrow Strike from ROTK. Gets the solo pick with a little bit of backup. TP in from Zar. Burrow Strike on 2. Might pay for this with his life. Just a zap from ROTK. With Wisp dead, that's going to make this fight just a little bit harder. Not going to have that support here to help keep everyone alive. Buff them up a little bit. And Bernie goes to work on the tier 3. Up in the top lane. DK want the Mega Creeps. BKB, he's got a heart, doing a lot of damage. Zar instantly melting, and Bamboe cannot fight this. He is forced back, uses that refraction. They really don't need to chase this, should just be going for the Rex, but they're going to kill off Bamboe and get the Rex. DK poised to take it to game 3. Godz, I feel like every time we cast DK, they don't get Bernie a hard carry. They drop game 1. Then the second game, they get him a hero that scales, and boy, he delivers in a big way. Burning gets that Mega Creeps, and now DK looking to push it to game number 3. Oh boy.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think mousesports can take this against Mega Creeps. I mean, they've got the great global presence, but this is going to be too much. I think they'll struggle to even win this team fight. BKB's being popped all around. Long DD, starting to do some big damage himself, and there we go. Burning. DK's Burning, just with the hard carry, scaling so well, and a fantastic game produced by both these teams. I thought mousesports were going to pull it off. I mean, they had a very, very poor early game with Bamboo in a bit of a mismatch in mid lane against Venomanta, but they pulled it back. But DK's Burning with hard carry, too much whenever he's on one of those carry heroes.
There are no words. I mean, I just don't know what to say. One of the best games I've cast in months. And again, we're just at the group stages. We're not even done this damn series. Holy shit, don't go anywhere, guys. Game number 3 coming up soon. DK versus mousesports. Our 4th East versus West matchup in the Beyond the Summit World Tour. I am LD of dotacommentaries.com. He is godz of GhostRegamers.net, as well as the primary organizer behind this wonderful tournament for Beyond the Summit. You won't want to miss this next match coming your way. This is Beyond the Summit's World Tour. We'll be back soon. Thank you all for tuning in. Please stay for Game 3. If you don't